All right. Welcome back, everyone, to the Meet Us in the Ring podcast. I am here with Maddie as always. I am Mary the Heel. How are you doing today, Maddie?
I'm doing good. This heat is killing me, but I'm ready to talk some money in the bank.
Is it really hot where you are right now?
It's like 84 degrees, Lord.
Really? Yeah, for some reason here in Southern California, it's like cloudy and not hot at all. And I'm like, it's July. What's happening?
I am on my way.
Yeah, come hang out. We'll go to In-N-Out. It'll be fine.
Slay, yes.
So, as everyone can tell, we are here to talk about Money in the Bank, which happened last night. Well, yesterday afternoon, really.
Yeah.
I don't know about you, but for me, it was at noon.
I did not watch live. I watched at like midnight because I was out and about during the day, but I tried to stay offline and avoid spoilers. I did not do a very good job, but whatever.
Yeah, it's always so interesting when they do shows overseas, like pay-per-views, because it's like here, in California, we're normally the earliest time zone. So, I think one time for the Saudi Arabia show, it started at like 10 a.m. here.
Yeah, and I'm like, not getting up for that.
I can't have a seltzer at 10 a.m. What do you mean? So those are rough, but let's talk Money in the Bank. Overall,
what a show.
Agreed.
A crazy, probably, maybe, dare I say, the best pay-per-view of the year so far? I don't know. I feel like we've been saying that about every pay-per-view, but this one just really hit, I don't know. Maybe not, but it's up there. It's up there.
For me, I think Backlash is still taking that number one spot, but Money in the Bank was very solid. I will say my predictions, garbage.
I got every single one right. Well,
really?
No, I did not get the men's Money in the Bank match right.
Oh, okay. But yeah, mine were really bad, really off.
It was pretty unpredictable, to be honest.
Well, and I felt super confident going into this. I was like, I'm gonna get 8 for 8 or however many matches there were, but nope.
Blindsided.
Yes. Ayo, Junior. Good afternoon.
Junior's here. The party started. Junior's here.
Shout out to everyone in the chat. Feel free to give us your reviews of Money in the Bank and all the matches as we go through them. So we'll start with the first match of the night, which was the men's Money in the Bank match. And my prediction was LA Knight. And
yeah, mine too.
Boy, was I wrong.
Very wrong, but I'm not mad about it. And here's why. I feel like a lot of people are like, they should have capitalized on LA Knight. Like, this was, they should have strapped a rocket to him. It's like, I saw somebody say, like, well, he's only just now becoming over. And, like, what if in a few weeks it goes away? Like, we can't. And also, let me remind everybody, Damian Priest has been putting on banger after banger after banger. His match at Backlash killed. He's been doing so. His match with Cody recently killed. He has been on fire lately. And I feel like, honestly, he was probably the best person to win the match. This was his reward for doing so good. LA Knight's time will come. For sure. I think it's a little too early right now. He only just got to the main roster. This is his first. No, it's not his first pay-per-view. It's one of his first pay-per-views. And we just got to give it some more time. That's all. Liv Morgan, we all thought she was going to win, but then Nikki Cross won, and she didn't win Money in the Bank till a whole year later. So, yeah, anything could happen. But I'm very happy as a Damian fan. I think he deserves it, and I'm looking forward to seeing what happens. I hope he does not fail to cash in, I must say.
Yeah, I mean, I always kind of liked Damian Priest, like, even back when he was doing stuff with Bad Bunny. Like, he was just with Bad Bunny because Bad Bunny was the 24/7 champion, and Damian was just kind of like his friend, And to think of how far he's come since then, being in a dominant faction on Raw, and he's been having really good matches lately. His mic skills have gotten a lot better than what they used to be. Like, I think he's improved a lot, and I don't mind the Judgment Day having both the women's champion and a Money in the Bank winner. I mean, it just shows that they're really putting a lot of effort into the Judgment Day and want them to be successful. And so I really like that.
Absolutely. Finally, we're starting to see a bit more success in the other members of the Judgment Day, but tensions are rising in the Judgment Day. Finn was not very happy with Damien because, let's be real, if Damien hadn't stood up from that chair, we would probably have a new World Heavyweight Champion right now. So...
yeah, I mean, they're definitely playing into it that Finn is going to leave the group. I hope it's not quite yet, but I can see that happening soon. And as far as the men's Money in the Bank match, I will give Logan Paul some flowers.
We have to give him his 10.
This much, because he almost broke his neck.
Yeah, is he okay? Like, this is the first time I've ever been concerned about him. Like, is he actually okay? Does anyone know?
I mean, yeah, I don't know. I'm assuming he's okay. But cause when they replayed the spot with Ricochet like several times, Maddie, the first time that it happened, like when it happened, I screamed so loud because I was so concerned for Ricochet. Like, if you guys have watched me for any amount of time, you know that I love Ricochet. Like, I'm a ride or die for him. And when the potential of him being injured, I literally, like, I screamed. And I was with my brother and my husband. And they looked at me like I was insane. Because I was so genuinely concerned that he broke his neck.
Yeah.
And I'm so glad that it seemed like both of them are okay. And, they had some really good spots. I definitely could see a match with them going forward for SummerSlam if they wanted to do that. I don't know if they kind of want to put Logan in the mid-card scene, but I wouldn't be mad at it. It would be a very, flippity-doo match.
And you could tell Ricochet was trying his best to protect Logan as much as he could. That was very clear. I saw somebody say, I don't remember who it was, but somebody said that they should have just nicked the spot and just given up on it. Maybe that would have been the better thing to do, because it was a little sloppy how it was done. I'm not going to blame, as much as I'd like to blame Logan, no. I'm not going to blame Logan or Ricochet for that. I'm going to blame the fucking ladders, because they're all over the place. But I think it was done well. I noticed Logan had a big cut on his back, so...
yeah, like on his shoulder.
Okay. Yeah, hope they're both okay, but what a match. I mean, it was crazy. Logan, was pulling out some crazy spots to where I'm like, that is going to hurt in the morning.
Yeah, for sure. What else? What else happened in that match that was really good? I think Butch shined a little bit. I think everyone was kind of expecting him to have more of a welcome home reception, and I feel like it wasn't really there because they were all on the LA Knight train,
which was great. Also, big missed opportunity to have him come out as Pete Dunne once again. Missed opportunity. Kind of bummed they didn't do that. I don't know, maybe Pete is enjoying the Butch character, whatever, but I was hearing those bruiserweight chants. But yeah, it was very funny to me how the UK crowd did not want one of their own to win. They were all aboard the LA Knight train.
Yeah, they really were. And I mean, when LA Knight came out, that pop was huge.
It was crazy. And then when LA Knight almost won that briefcase, everyone was pissed. I was pissed, but not that pissed, because I was like, oh, LA Knight didn't win. Oh, but Damian Priest won. Okay, fine, whatever. What has Damian won? The last thing Damian won was the US title from Sheamus, and that was forever ago. So he deserves this. Like, let's not act like it was a bad choice to have Damian win, because it wasn't. A bad choice would have been having Shinsuke Nakamura win. No disrespect. But
or Logan Paul.
Or Logan Paul, which I wasn't sure. I was like, maybe they're gonna do it. I don't know.
Yeah, shout out to Axel. I won't be drinking that Prime.
Yeah, Axel, we are not drinking Prime on the show. No, ma'am.
No, sir. Unless he wants to pay us, then we will.
I saw somebody I was watching with my friend, and I saw somebody throw a pink Prime bottle at Logan, and at first, I thought it was something else. I thought it was...
Oh, my goodness.
A bedroom toy, as we say. And then I saw it was this bright pink bottle Prime. I was like, okay, good. But, things got a little crazy.
Yeah, for sure. I want to shout out Phil's comment really quick that says, let's not discredit everything Priest has done the last months. He was groomed for a spot like this, and I'm happy. Yeah, I
Exactly.
agree. I think Damian Priest he's been being groomed for the top spot for a while.
Yeah,
I feel like they definitely see that for him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Overall, like everything else, I don't think the match was as great as it could have been because they did miss a couple spots and there was like things here and there. But I think it was a great Money in the Bank match.
Oh yeah.
And the fact that it opened the show, I was like, all right, here we
go.
go.
They changed the order. The women were supposed to open. So when they had the men open, I was like, okay. Whatever.
Yeah, I was like, here we go.
Great match overall. I was satisfied. I think the MVP, who was the MVP of the match? I'm probably going to give it to Ricochet, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, I do too.
Yeah.
Because let's just be honest, Ricochet is that guy when it comes to, if you need someone to do the crazy things, he's going to do it. And that's why his match with Carmelo Hayes a few months ago was so good.
So good.
Top tier.
If anyone hasn't watched that match, please go watch it.
Yes. Moving on to our next match, which was the women's tag team match. First of all, I want to say, why didn't they come out with both belts? Because KO and Sammy are still carrying around 2 belts as the undisputed tag team champions. And so I don't understand why Shayna and Ronda didn't come out with both belts.
I guess because they're unified, so now we're just going to have them be the one belts, and we're just going to forget about the NXT women's tag titles until they decide to inevitably bring them back, which they probably will.
Yeah, but Roman's carrying around 3 at this point. You know what I mean?
Like, oh my god.
Well, we won't talk about Roman right now.
We'll get to that later.
Yes, but I was very shocked at what happened during this match. I had Ronda and Shayna winning because for me, I thought, those tweets were going around saying that Ronda, demanded to have the titles. So I was like, okay, so that probably means they're going to have a little bit of a long reign.
Right.
Nope, and it's already over. And to be fair, I am happy about it because everyone knows how I feel about Ronda. Everyone knows how I feel about Shayna. Sorry, Maddie, love you.
Shayna's mother. Shayna decided to save her career. I'm so happy for her. Hearing those, as a huge Shayna Baszler fan here since NXT, hearing those Shayna chants just made me emotional in a way because, Lord, I can't remember the last time the crowd has been Team Shayna Baszler. So I really hope that they take advantage of this and showcase Shayna as she is on her own. I think she's great on her own. I really do, personally. I think between promos, she is absolutely going to push Ronda out of the water. And I really hope they have... I mean, Shayna is Ronda's best friend. So if Ronda doesn't over her, then what are we doing here? Yeah.
I mean, I'm just glad that Raquel and Liv won their titles back. Because they were really gaining momentum as a tag team. They were. So I was really excited for them to try to make these championships relevant. And I think Liv's return was really well received. I think most people were happy to see her back.
Except for Axel Guzman.
And Alex, who call her Mid Morgan, but whatever. Liv is not mid, and I will say that till the day I die. But
I mean, honestly, the match was pretty good. It was a good match. Like, I mean, I know you don't like Ronda, but shout out to Ronda for getting that match on the card. Because I mean, I don't know if it was her. I don't know if it was because neither women's champions were defending, so they thought, fuck it, let's put another women's match on the card. Either way, I was just happy to see it. But, I mean, I thought the match overall, it was a little short, but, like, I wasn't surprised by that. But I thought it was pretty good. Ronda has improved her selling. I think she's improved her wrestling overall, so I'm impressed with her. She sold the hell out of that Oblivion, and I loved it. So overall, I loved the match. I thought it was fun. It was good. Raquel now joining the record-breaking women, being a 3-time women's tag team champion, Liv in her second reign. So overall, I think this played out great. It was a great surprise. The crowd loved it, and I'm really hoping we finally get that Shayna Baszler push.
Yeah, I mean, I think they'll end up having a match at SummerSlam, Shayna and Ronda. And I'm excited to see who Raquel and Liv's next competitors will be. I'm assuming it's probably going to be a rematch with, a rematch, kind of, with Isla Dawn and Alba Fire.
I hope so.
Maybe they'll want, their rematch. But I would also be okay with Katana and Kaden Carter.
Yes.
I would be excited for them. And then I really like the tag team of Sonya and Chelsea Green.
They're growing on me so much. I love it.
I like them as a team. It kind of calls back to Sonya and Mandy a little bit, but it still seems different because Chelsea is different. Mandy was like the very like strong but sexy, and I think Chelsea is like all the Karen videos that they're doing for her are so funny.
She is I'm so glad she was brought back. She's doing so good. Like, all aboard the Chelsea Green train. I love it. And for they basically are a makeshift tag team. Because once Carmella was injured and now she's pregnant, it was like, who the hell are we going to put these? So they just threw these two together. I did not love it at first, but they're making it work.
Yeah, so I'm excited to see where we go from here. And Phil pointed out they have a lot of tag teams as a whole in all 3 brands. So, and that's another thing that Raquel and Liv can go to NXT too. So I think that'll help with spacing out the women's tag team matches to where it's on TV enough because it's across 3 brands instead of just being on like one show for 2 minutes.
The way I say Shayna and Nia Jax were, in my opinion, the best women's tag team champions ever is because of how prominent they made the titles. They were on Raw every week, SmackDown every week. They were on NXT. They showcased those titles. They made them important. And I want to see that kind of thing again. So I hope they do that with Liv and Raquel.
Yeah, agreed.
Overall, I really liked this match. I thought it was good. The twist was good. I think all 4 ladies did a really good job. Liv's gear was amazing. I loved it.
Oh, I loved her gear. It was
so cute.
Very Ginger Spice.
Exactly. And I think the outcome was good. So, good match. I liked it.
Yeah. Moving on to the next match, which was Gunther versus Matt Riddle for the IC title.
I mean, Riddle, is he legitimately injured?
I don't know.
He has to be, because this match was shorter than the women's tag title match.
But he was still doing a lot, so I don't know.
It was very, like, I don't know. I don't know if I've ever, like, the last time we've seen Riddle really be that weak, Like, I know it's Gunther, but let's not act like Riddle is not. We've seen him kick out of, like, 50 super kicks and all this bullshit. Like, he is a viable competitor. So I think they're either really working on that injury angle. Maybe he is actually injured. I don't know. Either way, the match was way too short for me. I'm glad Gunther won clean. Being a heel and winning clean, I always love that. But yeah, probably the shortest match of the night. It was strange to me. I remember being like, "That's it."
I don't know if it was shorter than Cody and Dom, but maybe.
I think it might have been either that or like around the same time.
Yeah. I think overall, the match was good though. Like, I think Riddle was he was in a position where I could buy it if he beat Gunther. Like, I could have bought it, but only because of his MMA background, like, so I think it has a little bit of a different effect than, I don't know, who's faced Gunther recently for the title. I don't even know. Someone, if someone smaller went against Gunther, like I wouldn't believe that they were going to win. Yeah.
Ali.
Ali, yes. Yeah. So, like, I didn't believe that for a second. But that's okay. It was still a good match. But Riddle, I was like, okay, I could kind of see it. But, yeah, I think it was the correct outcome of Gunther retaining. I think he's going to hold for a little bit longer. But with Drew being back, just
Yes!
like our friends in the chat are saying, Drew came out at the end and he faced Gunther, hit him with a Claymore, and we'll see what happens. I'm assuming that match is going to happen at SummerSlam.
So glad he's back. Thank God he chose to stay with the right company.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently there was no like anger, beef, whatever, and he was just injured, which is annoying because I'm like, all these tabloids making up these BS stories of, is Drew McIntyre going to be all elite? Like, no, he was just apparently injured. So unless Triple H is lying, I don't know. Either way, very glad to see the Scottish Warrior back. This one-on-one match with Gunther is going to be amazing, and I'm really looking forward to this feud.
I mean, I could see Drew taking the title off of Gunther, and then Gunther moving into the main title pictures.
Yeah.
I think that he's getting to that point where he's ready.
I definitely thought that the person to dethrone Gunther would be Elijah Dragunov, but Drew McIntyre, I'm fine with that too.
Yeah, I mean, I wish it could be Sheamus because I feel like it would have been so good for him to win his first IC title.
Yeah.
You know, before he... I mean, I'm assuming he's not going to retire soon, but, you know, he's been in the company for over a decade now. And so, you know, it's getting to that point, and I would like him to win the IC title at least once.
There's still time.
There's still time. But I wouldn't be surprised if Drew took the title off of Gunther.
Mm-hmm.
We'll have to wait and see. But overall, yeah, I mean, this match was pretty... It felt pretty filler to me.
Yeah.
Which is unfortunate for Gunther, but he still makes it work, and he's so dominant as
honestly, like,
IC champion.
Probably one of, if not the best wrestler in the world right now. I know a lot of Kenny Omega fans are going to come for me, so that's why I'm saying one of.
That's a bold statement.
But it's also a pretty solid argument. You know?
I mean, his win-loss record right now is perfect, so...
Yeah. I know the Kenny Omega fans are going to come for me, so one of the best wrestlers in the world. One of. We can't argue that. He's amazing. I'm glad that the IC title has been saved by him, and I love it. I know somebody, Aviana, saying they love Samantha the way she does his entrance. I personally prefer when Imperium themselves does it. And Ludwig comes out being all dramatic. It's wonderful. So
he is the drama. Ludwig is the drama. But I agree, Aviana. I love how Samantha says it. I just love Samantha. Like, I'm one of those people where I will yell for the announcers. I will yell for the refs. Like, I don't know. I don't love wrestling just for the wrestlers.
Yeah.
Like, Jess, the referee, like, I follow her on Instagram, like, on TikTok. I love her. She's great. I'm always like, yes, Jess! Like, I just love her so much. And then with Samantha, like, I always yell for Samantha, too. Like, I just love
her. I just hate the way she says Ludwig Kaiser. I hate the way she says Giovanni Vinci. And I hate the way she says Chelsea Green. Like, she needs to calm down.
No, I don't really remember what it sounds like when she says Chelsea Green, but the other ones, like, I can
Chelsea Green, and it's like, girl, just say her name normally. Like,
I mean, maybe they told her to be, like, quirky with it. I don't know.
But... Maybe. I hate it, but either way, Gunther's amazing. I'm glad the IC title at least got a match. I mean, that's more than we can say for the US title. So,
or the women's title. But I'm still okay with it because that meant no cash in from the women.
I know, that's what finally! Finally! No same night cash ins.
I'm so excited.
Thank God.
All right, moving on to our next match of the night, which was hello? Was it
the women's match?
Was it the women's?
I believe so.
Well, first of all, let's talk about the John Cena entrance.
Oh
yeah, the John Cena surprise.
What the hell? Like that? I was shook.
That was not on my bingo card for the year.
No.
For John Cena to show up in London for Money in the Bank.
And Grayson Waller to go toe-to-toe with John
Mhm.
Cena, he killed it. I am such a huge Grayson Waller fan. I've loved him since NXT. I feel like for him to be a newcomer to the main roster, and he had no problem continuing to cut a promo despite that loud heat coming in. And that's
Mhm.
something that Austin Theory, some people need to take notes and learn how to do. And for him to go up against a legend like that and do pretty freaking well, I was really impressed with Grayson Waller. And let's hope 2025 WrestleMania at Wembley. Not next year. Next year's for us Philly kids.
Yes.
So we deserve it.
Yes. WrestleMania 41 in London.
Yes,
Let's make it happen. I'm here for you guys. I'm riding for you guys. For Lana, for G, for all of our Wrestle Talk friends from the UK. We want you guys to have a WrestleMania because you guys have made the effort to fly out here. I saw Lana at this past one, and I'm like, girl, coming from Ireland, like that's crazy to me.
Yeah.
So really hoping that the UK gets theirs in 2025. I'm assuming that was the announcement basically.
Pretty much. I'm
was
sure
John Cena coming out.
I'm sure it'll happen. They'll probably announce it next year.
Yeah. When Grayson Waller came out, I was like, all right, here we go. I thought there was going to be more of like a banter back and forth between them, but John just kind of let him say his promo and get through it. And he held his own. He did very well. And I'm excited for their feud and for them to potentially have a match at SummerSlam.
I don't know if they're gonna do that. I don't know, but I mean, I'd love to see it. I'm feeling the Grayson Waller effect, so I don't know if it was like a one-off thing where Grayson just gets some fun heel moment, but we'll see. I mean, he has Edge on the show this Friday. Grayson is injured, y'all, so that's why we've been doing the show. So stop coming for my man. But we'll see. I'm excited for him, and it was just great to see John again.
Yeah. I know how everyone thought that he was actually going to have a match, and then it just turned out to be a promo, and some people were kind of upset about it, but, like, let's be real. John doesn't need to have a match every time he comes out. He can just come out whenever he wants. He's John Cena.
Literally, like, it's not a big deal.
But then, following that, the women's Money in the Bank match.
Yes, Miss Io Sky.
Yes.
Thank you, God. Get Becky Lynch out of my face. She should not have been in that match.
Once again, my prediction was wrong. I was hoping for my girl Zelina. Aviana, I see you saying Zelina was highlight for me.
Yes. Shout out to Zelina Vega. She had
powerbomb.
That Code Red was 100% the best spot in that match by far.
Again, I screamed because I was genuinely concerned for her.
I was a little annoyed at her in a sense because I was like, girl, you're climbing to the very top of the ladder. Just quickly grab the briefcase.
Yeah, I mean, there's always those moments where you're like, what are you doing?
She was right there. She could have grabbed it, and she didn't. And I was like, what are you doing?
Yeah, I was really concerned that Becky was going to win based off of that backstage segment with her and Rhea last week. So I thought that was kind of going to allude to Becky winning because Rhea was like, hey, if you win, don't come for me. Like, don't cash in on me. And so I was like, oh my gosh, they're really going to have Becky win. But they gave it to Io. And again, two people won the briefcases who I didn't think were going to win them. Like, I wanted Io to win. She was one of my top two. I wanted either her or Zelina.
Me too, yeah.
Those were my two. And so the fact that it's Damian Priest and Io, two people who are not like big stars in terms of the grand scheme, for me, that was amazing because everybody always complains, oh, they don't push new stars, oh, they don't let new people do stuff, blah, 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 blah. But then here we go. We have Damian Priest and Io Sky.
Two great choices, two of the best picks we've had in a long, long time.
Agreed.
I'm very excited for both of them. I think the match was great. Io doing that moonsault from she showed up Butch. Butch didn't go to the top of the ladder, but Io said, fuck it, I'm going to the very top. She killed it. Bayley pushing her off the ladder. I was like, girl, that's your friend.
It's the official end of Damage Control to me.
I don't know about that. I think they're going to milk it for what it's worth, even though Yeah, I don't see it splitting. I mean, maybe. I can't imagine Bailey is too happy right now with Io, so. But
And Io's not happy with Bailey for pushing her off.
right. I mean, having Becky and Bailey be handcuffed, two of the women in the
Oh,
match that did the two least deserving women of that match, no disrespect, to be handcuffed. That was like it was like a moment, like Io, a new star climbing on over top of two stars that have been there for a while. They've had their push, they have had their time, whatever. It was just like a metaphor of introducing new stars, and I loved it. I ate it up. It was great.
yeah, I agree. And I think that clip should be in any future Money in the Bank highlight reel.
Yes.
Of Becky and Bailey getting handcuffed and Io climbing over Bailey to get to the briefcase, because they're always like, oh, they'll put their bodies on the line and they'll do whatever it takes to win the briefcase, and it's like that's that moment.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, I did not believe for 1 second that Zoe Stark or Trish were gonna win.
No,
I didn't buy that for a second. But everybody else, I was like, okay, there's a possibility, and I'm glad they went with you. And
I knew Bailey wasn't gonna win, though. I knew Bailey wasn't gonna win.
Yeah, and like everybody's saying in the chat, let's get Io versus Asuka.
Yes, please. Please, absolutely. I don't think Io should go after Rhea at all.
No.
We'll see what happens with Mommy, but Lord God.
Well, Damage Control are on SmackDown, right?
That's true. Yeah, they finally got the belts figured out, so I guess Io will stick to SmackDown.
Yeah, so then she'll most likely go for Asuka.
That's what everyone wants to see.
Don't know when or where, but I could. Here's the thing: I want Io to hold this briefcase for as long as possible. Same. I don't want her to do a WrestleMania cash in. Like I don't want anyone to ever do that again. Yeah, I want it to only be Seth. Yeah,
maybe SummerSlam.
Either SummerSlam, or let's see, where else would I be?
Aren't they doing like Payback or Backlash or Fastlane somewhere? Maybe they could do it then.
I hope they don't bring back Fastlane, but
I think they are.
Aren't they?
Stupid pay-per-view.
I just always remember Eva Marie being like the face of that pay-per-view, and I was like, ugh.
Yikes.
But what if like Royal Rumble, Io just cashes in that night?
Interesting.
I don't know. But I can't wait for her versus Asuka. I think Io would be one of those people who announce that they're gonna cash in.
Yeah.
Being like, I'm gonna do it on this day, so like be ready.
Type thing, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I could see her doing that. Phil said Fastlane is in October. Okay, interesting.
Man, what are we doing here?
Weird. Okay. Because it used to be in like February, because it used to be before WrestleMania, but that is what it is. Whatever. I don't even know what pay-per-views left we have this year besides SummerSlam.
We must have Survivor Series at some point.
Yeah. So we'll have SummerSlam, I'm assuming Crown Jewel, because I think they're going back to Saudi Arabia. And then Fastlane, Survivor Series probably. And then we'll go into Royal Rumble after that.
Yeah.
I think that's what the rest of the year looks like. Don't quote me on that.
Sounds about right.
Overall, I really liked the women's Money in the Bank match. I don't know if it felt rushed to you. It kind of did a little bit to me, like at some points. But I think they got a fair amount of time, and it had some really good spots. Trish did more than she... I don't want to say should have, but more than
we thought she would do.
More than what I would expect her to do.
Yep.
Like, she really went for it, and I really like that she got to have that Money in the Bank moment.
Dare I say the women's ladder match was better than the men's? Because I enjoyed it more. I thought the spots were better. I thought the spots were smoother.
Yeah, they had less sloppiness.
Yeah, love Damien to death, but I think everybody enjoyed Io winning a lot more. The way it was done was so much better. I just think overall the women kind of outshined the men in the ladder match. Not by a lot, but yeah, I think it was better. I do.
I mean, both of them had spots where clearly the ladder was supposed to break and they didn't.
Yeah.
Someone bought the expensive ladders by accident because those ladders did not break. Even when Logan did that, what did he do? A frog splash onto Damian Priest?
Yes.
On the table, the ladder, and it was supposed to break. I was like, oh,
Lord.
Just felt like I couldn't breathe. Like the wind got knocked out of me. But, and then Zelina and Zoe spot onto the ladder.
I'm surprised that didn't break.
Yeah, and then there was another spot in the women's.
Oh, Becky's weak ass manhandle. Becky's weak ass rock bottom. Yeah.
No, I think it was a different one. I don't remember what was supposed to happen, but there was another spot where clearly the ladder was like supposed to have some sort of effect and it just didn't. And that's okay. But
yeah, whatever.
I loved it. Did I like it better than last year's? I don't know, because Liv's win was so satisfactory.
I liked last year's winner better. Still love this year's, but I like this year's match better.
I think that's a fair statement.
Yeah.
Moving on to our next match, which was Cody Rhodes versus Dominic Mysterio.
I gotta be honest with you guys. Don't care about this feud. The match was lame. I don't care. This was completely filler for Cody to do something until Brock comes back, which we'll probably see on Monday, if not next Monday. It was the most entertaining thing for me was Rhea and Dom's little interactions. And Rhea looked so good. Like,
oh my gosh, Mommy
was on fire.
Mommy Ripley. She's so good. I mean, this was definitely just so that Cody could have a match. But I just want to say to everyone who is still saying that Dom sucks, he doesn't.
I don't think he sucks either, but this match definitely didn't help that point. The offense was not there, so I don't know. I was like, come on, Dom.
But I don't think it was supposed to be, though, you know?
That's true.
Because it was supposed to be like he was afraid of Cody.
Yeah.
And Cody really, really tried to get Dom over and to make him be a viable heel, which he already is, but he was pushing it even more. And I really respect both of them. I respect Cody for being okay with being in the mid card with someone who, you know, isn't the best in the ring. He's not the worst either, but he's, you know, he's improving every single day. He looks better each time he gets in the ring. And I also respect Dom for just all of that heel work he's doing and being okay with losing matches.
Yeah, it's very evident to me every time I watch Dom wrestle that he's been training. He's been working. Sure. He's trying to get better. So we should give that credit at least. Yes. That at the very least. He's trying. So and it's evident.
Well, and working with Rhea too, like I think that makes him better.
Definitely.
And I think it makes him want to work more in the ring.
Yeah.
I think maybe like being away from his dad has kind of inspired him, like, okay, I really need to step up and do this for myself.
Yeah.
So he's no longer riding Ray's coattails.
No longer a Nepo baby.
Nope, he's doing his own thing, and I think it's only going up from here.
Yeah.
Overall, I wasn't overly impressed. It was a decent match. I mean, Cody's great no matter what he does, you know?
I think it did. To me. Yeah, I think it did what it needed to do, and that's fine.
Yeah. I really thought Brock was going to come out. I thought he was going to come out and cost Cody the match.
I thought so too, but then I was like, Brock ain't coming to the UK.
What, he only goes to Saudi Arabia?
Oh. I don't know. I mean, I was like, I have a hard time believing that Brock will come to the UK just for a little appearance, so.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I thought he would just so that it would lead up to their last match. But I was okay with it. I mean, I had Cody winning for my prediction, so That was one of the few that I got right.
Yeah, that Cody cutter is so beautiful. Wow.
Oh my gosh, yeah, it's so good.
I'm obsessed. I love it.
And the crossroads, I love it.
Amazing.
All right, next up we have Seth Rollins versus Finn Balor. We kind of talked about it a little bit earlier with Damian coming out, and he was standing ringside, kind of sat down for a little bit, was taunting Seth at a possible cash-in, and then ultimately, not meaning to, cost Finn the match.
I'm so tired. I'm such a big Finn Balor fan. Shout out to my Finn Balor lovers. I would love to see him win a world title one more time, at least, before he retires. And I don't know if we're going to get it, because I don't know. I saw somebody say the way he lost made him look stupid, which I disagree with, because technically he didn't lose like 100% clean.
Mm-hmm.
But we need to start putting more respect on Finn Balor's name. Give him a damn title. He's gonna do the work with it. So I don't know. Seth retaining, fine, whatever. I kind of saw that coming, but yeah. I hope Finn gets that title eventually.
Yeah, I can see what you're saying. And like Phil said, this is a little bit disappointing to me. What did I say? But this was to do the right thing in the Judgment Day. And
Rift.
Yes and no. I feel like, we see this split coming, that Finn is going to leave the Judgment Day, which to me could both be a good thing and a bad thing. I think being in the Judgment Day really helped bring him back into not the good graces of fans, but like people were caring about him again, because a lot of people kind of stopped caring about him because he just wasn't on TV a lot. They weren't putting him in good storylines, and so I just don't want that for him again.
Yeah.
And if the rumors are true and he's going to do stuff with JD McDonough, then fine. But I love Finn in the Judgment Day, and I liked their dynamic. So we'll see what happens. The match didn't blow me away.
No, not at all for me. It was fine. I mean, they're both extremely talented and they did well, but this was another match where I was kind of like, oh, that's it.
Yeah. I mean, they're both, like, Seth and Finn have a similar way of doing things. I don't know. Maybe that's just me, and I feel like it doesn't provide like a lot of, what's the word? A lot of creativity.
Yeah.
Like, it's very like by the books, which is fine.
Mm-hmm.
And it makes for a good like wrestling match. But but was it sports entertaining? It was okay.
I would give it like a 3.75 maybe.
I don't know what I would give it. I'm not good at those scales, but for me, it was okay where it was, and I like Seth as champion. I think he should hold it for a while.
Yeah.
As the inaugural champion. So.
Well, aren't they continuing it from the World Heavyweight title? Like.
Yeah.
Whatever. The inaugural champ with this new belt, anyway.
Yeah. The first one with this belt.
Yeah.
And then, last but not least, we have the Bloodline Civil War.
Everybody stand up if you hate Roman Reigns. Stand up if you hate
That was
Roman
so
Reigns.
Funny.
Usos are the ones.
And then for all the people who were still sitting, they were like, sit down if you hate Roman Reigns. They just switched up. That crowd was pretty good.
They were amazing. I love them. But this was bananas.
Yeah. The Bloodline Civil War. I mean, we have been waiting for this for what seems like forever. For 2.5 years.
3.5 years.
Well, I enjoyed like the Bloodline stuff for a little bit at first.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
So then like we've been waiting for this moment for a while, and the fact that this is the first time in 3.5 years that Roman Reigns has been pinned, and it was by Jey Uso.
What a perfect person to do it to.
Yeah.
And this proves that if the Usos and whatever had left Roman ages ago, he would have dropped the title ages ago. They are the only reason that he still has that title. Without them, he would not be champion. He would have lost it years ago. So this was crazy, and it just a few super kicks and a 1D, and that's it. He's done. So Roman is not this invincible being that he claims to be. It's just he's got henchmen helping him out. He's not like Gunther. He can't do stuff on his own. So I was so happy. I almost cried. I felt emotional. I was like, Tribal Wanker has been pinned.
Oh my gosh.
It was a great day for me. Got my degree, graduated college. Roman Reigns gets pinned the same day. I'm on cloud 9.
Snaps.
Period.
Snaps for you, Maddie.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, I mean, that crowd was so good saying Tribal Wanker. That was hilarious. They love saying wanker.
I love
it. They called everybody that. They called Dom that too.
And Grayson.
But yeah, this match was so good. I was really slow at first. Like it was pretty slow for a long time because it was at Roman Reigns' pace.
Yeah.
But the tension between Solo and his brothers,
Ooh.
like you could cut that tension with a knife. Like
and the tension between Roman and Solo, he did not want to tag him in.
No, he did not. And you could kind of see that maybe Solo's going to turn on him pretty soon.
Those cracks
join his brother.
Yeah.
I hope they have him join his brothers.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's going to happen soon, but I can see it happening down the line, and then Roman being fully on his own.
I loved the part where he was sitting on. He's like, England's the dumbest place ever. Yes, my tribal chief.
Yeah, him just complaining about being in England. Why are we even here?
Why are we here?
Like, those parts make me giggle, and those parts make me love Roman because he's so good at being like a whiny baby.
A little bitch. Yes, he's a little bitch. I love it.
He's so good at it, and he makes it so believable that he's like genuinely annoyed that he has to be in this country.
Yeah.
Even though he's getting paid like $1 million, you know?
Yeah.
To have one match every 4 weeks. The man still hasn't defended his title, though. It's been 3 months, and this man hasn't defended his title.
Strip him of it, honestly.
Like, I just don't get it. Like, is it because they think they don't have any viable competitors?
Maybe, I don't know. Or maybe they're just full on continuing this feud with the Usos.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going to happen next. I just don't know.
I don't know. I mean, if they're going to have Jay be the one,
I don't know.
I'm here for it if they do, but I don't know if they will. I don't know if they can pull that trigger.
Yeah, because are we going to get Roman and Cody again next year?
Yeah, that's the thing. Because honestly, I could see it being Roman and Gunther.
Right, yeah.
But it needs to be Cody. He needs to finish the story. But like I just don't know. There's so many unknown things, and we're at this point where we really don't know what's going to happen. Like, I'm so surprised by the decisions that they made for this pay-per-view.
Right.
And I'm here for it, though. I'm here for the ride.
Oh, yeah.
Eviana said, Solo is the true tribal chief. No.
No.
He's the baby. He's not the tribal chief.
He's the tribal chihuahua.
That's a big chihuahua.
Yeah. Roman's little puppy dog.
She said, Cody has a few side missions at the moment.
Literally, they're just feeding him things to do until they come back around.
He's playing GTA and he has to go do some side missions real quick.
That's exactly what's happening.
But overall, for Money in the Bank, I think it was a really solid pay-per-view. It had some good surprises. I'm really surprised that nobody knew that John Cena was going to be there. At least as far as I know. I didn't see anyone predict that at all.
They kept that hidden really well.
I don't know if you saw Santi's video Did you see it on TikTok?
Mm-mm.
His reaction, he was wearing a John Cena shirt when he was watching Money in the Bank.
Aww.
And when John came out, he screamed like a little schoolgirl. It was so, I loved it. It was
That's
hilarious.
awesome.
He like ran and got his Hustle Loyalty Respect hat and like put it on. It was really good. And yeah, I was genuinely surprised by that. I was surprised by Drew coming back. I was surprised by the Money in the Bank winners. And
Yes.
that's what I like. I like being surprised in wrestling.
Yeah.
I was surprised on the Shayna turn. Like,
yeah.
So, yeah, I might have to agree with you. This pay-per-view,
it's up there.
This pay-per-view was it.
It's
the matches weren't it, but the surprises were it.
Some of the matches weren't in it, but
yeah.
I think most of them delivered really well.
Yeah, agreed. Do you have any final thoughts?
Let's hope that LA Knight gets that push eventually. Same with Shayna Baszler. And this is the downfall of Roman Reigns, and I'm here for it.
Yeah,
that's pretty
agreed.
much it.
Even though I was on the Bloodline train, like just all of it was such good storytelling.
Yeah,
and to see it crumbling this way, and it's going down as one of the best storylines in WWE history. This
is definitely the best storyline in all of wrestling right now. No arguments can be made against that, honestly.
Sorry, AEW fans, but
they don't have that.
This is it.
They don't have it. Sorry.
And really hoping for WrestleMania, what would it be, 41 in London. Wishing that for you guys.
Yes.
Also, and like Grayson Waller said, go to Australia. Maybe 2026. Who knows? Who knows what's gonna happen?
Grayson Waller, world champion. Who knows?
Okay, let's not go that far.
Give it time.
Well, thank you so much to everyone in the chat who was here with us. We appreciate you guys as always. Once again, I am Mary the Heel. Maddie, go ahead and sign us off.
Well, Bianca Belair is still the queen. Girl, what is it, Axel? Bianca Belair all day. A-Town down. Logan Paul sucks. Big shout out to Malik and Axel. We love them. And let's continue the downfall of Roman Reigns. You can find me on TikTok and Twitch at Isaac Persephone. All my social media links are in the link tree in my TikTok bio. Follow Meet Us in the Ring on YouTube. Follow or subscribe. Follow our clips page on TikTok. Follow our Instagram and our Twitter. And we will see you guys next time.
And we will have some upcoming stuff, so be on the lookout for that. We will have some news and some other things, so be on the lookout. We'll see you guys next time.